Seriously. It's cream cheese. You're not supposed to eat that. I've got the CR10 out there, the one that I've been working on tuning.
Mm-hmm.
I got the pressure advance dialed in this afternoon. And now I'm running a print job on it right now, and it's running at 100 millimeters a second on a CR10.
Nice.
So,
Surely have never printed that fast on any printer.
well, I'm running Clipper on it, so.
Is that with a Hermera?
Nope. It's stock end. Or stock hot end, yeah. Which reminds me, I need to go out there and put a clip. I found one of the little blue clips for the PTFE tube. So I need to go snap that in real quick because I didn't have one. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I think you could get a tie wrap for it, but I can't find a tie wrap that I need. Yeah, I think Alex had a new video on Bowden tubes. You see that?
No.
So he just put it out. Jerks. So he did his normal job that he does whenever he does one of these things. And he talked a lot about Bowden's and hysteresis and the tension compression cycles and things of that nature. Levi, get down. Dude, seriously, you have food in your bowl. They're being like real jerks right now. They want this carrot cake. They ain't gonna get it. Come here. Come on.
Well then, I've been doing my cables not the way I thought I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have looked this up sooner, but black, it's going black, green, red, blue.
Did you put them in the wrong order in the connector?
Yeah. I don't think that's standard though.
Probably not.
I don't know why I didn't look this up before, but like right from their website, it would have made more sense.
Yeah, I was planning on starting to build out one of the mirrors tonight with a volcano on it, but I didn't get that far. I got those 2 pages from work.
I'm not even entirely sure what drawing I was going off of anymore. Seems like there's about 100 different ways to color code a stepper motor. Oh, that's annoying. Can't ever make it so I can only do things once, can I? Just to add to the fun, apparently I decided to lose my pin removal tool. And I need to not live stream one of these nights and just revisit the cleanliness of my work area. Started off the project with a fairly organized room.
Yeah?
Bless you.
Excuse me. No, that was interesting. Phew.
really is amazing how quickly
What is?
you can misplace something.
Yeah,
Like,
I've lost a Raspberry Pi. I don't know what I did with it. Now, granted, odds are it's probably underneath my desk because the cat knocked it off. Because he jumped up there just a little while ago, looked at me, and then promptly knocked my AirPod case off the desk. Like, really, dude?
of course.
To which his response was, I'm a cat. What do you expect? I just have to see if I can find it. Around here somewhere. Yeah, I took a few minutes a little while ago to start organizing out in the workspace. I realized I've got all the stepper motors lined up by their size and type. I've got those shallow cases that I've got made up with all their stuff in it, and a tag in every pocket that's got stuff in it. I've got 4 boxes of fans and a stack of Noctuas with the different either PWM or FLX sets. I almost always go with the 4020s if I'm going to use a 40 millimeter fan. But now I got to figure out what, like all these different pulleys that I've got.
I think one of the challenges as far as having Josh join us is simply the fact that he lives in a time zone that's 3-hour difference from us. So when we're, gearing down at night and just kind of working on our projects, he's potentially still in classes and whatnot, I think. There we go. New color code. For one. Took me quite a while to figure out how to use the pin extraction tool in a way that didn't destroy everything. Oh, you're not there anymore. No wonder you're so quiet, Brian. Maybe you still see the video, I don't know. But of course it's probably muted.
Did I get disconnected?
You were definitely gone for a bit.
Hey, apparently my iPad went to sleep and it disconnected.
Ah.
So I've been talking at you for the last 10 minutes. And, you didn't hear me because obviously, well, there you go. And that's my fault. So I was asking how you were doing and how's the family doing.
Gotcha. Yeah, good. Zach was amusing when I got home.
Oh, yeah?
He's a pretty happy kid for the most part.
That's good.
There we go. 2 done, 3 more to go.
Yay.
Put this down for a second. If it makes you feel any better, I was talking to you for a while as well.
Well, there you go. Neither of us were actually paying attention.
Well, I realized it got really quiet, and then I looked up and saw that you weren't in Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm using this tool the right way, but definitely
Is that
use it.
the pen removal tool?
Yeah, it definitely works. Oop, I'm off camera again. Definitely
Sometimes
figured out a way to make it work for me really well,
Yeah.
though. I destroyed many a microfit connector before I finally figured it out. Maybe somebody has a good video out there nowadays, but back when I first acquired the tool, I could not find any instructions on how to actually use it.
Oh, where you have to poke it in from a particular direction in order to get it to remove, to release the pen?
Well, it's not just poke it, but you also, and again, this might just be my special way of doing it, but if you give it a twist, like rotate it 180 degrees while you have it inserted, and you do that on both sides of the pin, it'll pop right out.
Ah, and you can reuse it?
Yeah, I'll try to get some zoom in shots next time, but basically the tabs just fold closed and you can easily pull it backwards, and then I use the hobby knife to push the little flaps back out, and I'm off to the races.
Ah, you only get to do that like twice.
I would assume that there is a limited number of retries, but the number is definitely more than one, so I'm okay
Yeah,
with it.
if there's, I'm not sure which one, is that the flat pin you got? Because normally you end up pushing it in from the front, um, and it goes over. You push the, at least the way I always did it is like you push the microfit connector back towards the wire as far as it'll go, so that the flap isn't tight up against the plastic, and then you slide in the tool from the front where the other connector would go, and it goes over the top of the flaps, and then you just pull the plastic off and it slides off that way. So, but yeah, that's what I remember it being doing. So who knows? I could be completely wrong,
Yeah, I don't
but that's
know.
doing it.
All I know is I struggled and struggled to try to get one off without destroying it, and I never succeeded until I figured out the twisting trick.
Got it.
Black, green, red, blue. There we go.
Yay! Yeah. So my Duet and tool boards have left Maryland. They left Maryland earlier this afternoon. So they will probably be in Norfolk by morning. They may even be in Norfolk early enough to be out for delivery.
All right. I'll demonstrate my little technique here. So I just go in.
So I need to let me blow this up to full screen instead of. There we go.
Here, I'll make. There
Now I can see it.
we go. So on the front of it, I know it's not focusing really well, but there's little
Okay.
pockets on either side, and then there's a specific tool for the microfit connectors. So
Does that one have two teeth on it, or it's just one?
there's two little wings on it. So basically, I insert it, and then I will give it a twist, 180-degree twist, insert it in the other side, and do the same.
Oh, so your tool only has one wing.
Well,
right?
there's
Your tool has one flat metal piece, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Okay. Yeah. So the one that I've got, when I do it, has two of them side by side.
Yeah, I've tried the 2 side-by-side one before. I never got it to work right.
Okay. Well, I mean, if this works, then there you go.
Yeah, so I just do this. So basically, I just went into each one, gave it a twist, and then generally, unless I didn't get one of the flaps, it pulls right out, which of course it looks like I might have missed one on the red. So
There you go, and it slides right off.
yeah, there we go. Boom. So that's it.
I mean, as far as I can tell, you're still struggling with it.
Well, like I said, I was going quickly, and I think I inserted it in the same side of the red one twice. So I pushed it back in, twisted it on the red one, and it popped right off.
Nice.
So then, yeah, I just take the hobby knife and I gently fold the little wings back out on the sides of the connector, and yeah, it's that simple, really. And then I just pop
Very
them back
nice.
in. If you do it right the first time, it'll slide right off. I probably got too excited because I was doing it on video.
You're saying you're having performance anxiety?
Anxiety, no. More like just choking right on the big play.
Print, thank you. Print.
I'm sorry, what's that?
I'm starting another print job. Well, I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and kick off my. I've got an outstanding McMaster car order, shopping cart that I've been piling stuff into for 2 weeks now.
Wow, it saved it that long?
Well, if you're tinkering with it every day, yeah, pretty much. But McMaster car will hold a shopping cart pretty much as long as it's attached to an account.
Gotcha. Kind of like Amazon.
Pretty much.
There we go. Boom, done.
Nice. All you got to do is make sure you put them back in the right order.
What do you mean? I just put them. Oh, maybe you missed it.
No, and hey, you're only now putting it back together, as far as I can tell. Remember, lag.
Yeah.
If we were playing Call of Duty or something, I would be so dead. So, yeah, he's got some new stuff on here.
Who's he? Josh?
He being Josh in the shopping list.
More new stuff?
Why am I not surprised?
Alright, if I did this one right, it'll slide right off. Boom. There we go. Watch that clip when your lag catches up.
There it goes.
I tried to be able... What's that?
Oh, he doesn't have the number of extra stuff he needs if you get the metal plates.
Oh.
So, yeah, it came right off. Nice.
Yeah, like I said, you do it right, and there's no problem whatsoever. You miss a pin, Like sometimes if you're not paying close attention to what you're doing, you can end up sliding the pin removal tool back in the same side of the slot. So. It's kind of funny. Basically, the color code just rotated 90 degrees is all that really happened.
Okay.
I guess I could have just lived with it, but I'd rather have an order to it, not an accident.
Yeah, he changed out the stranded wire list for instead of the multiple colors.
He's changed that out at least once already.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in using the right color wires for the right job when you're making extension cables.
Yeah, he'd swapped out the stranded wire for ribbon cable at one point.
Ribbon cable is a pain to work with.
Like it was like the LED ribbon cable that's got 4 conductors on it. So it's not as bad as like saying like a 40-pin ribbon cable, but there we go.
Yeah, that's like 8 gauge or something like that, isn't it?
I don't know off the top of my head. It's got to hold a decent amount of current though, because sometimes you get enough LEDs and you got quite a bit of current. I don't know if it's all the way down to 8 gauge though.
And 16 gauge. Yeah. I've got all my 16 gauge in black. All my 16 gauge is in black, white, and green. And I have red also for my DC side. I wonder if Steve's around. I want to ask him if he shipped stuff yet.
Oh, pretty sure he's not going to get to it this week. But I could be surprised. I don't know. I always kind of go with the axiom, if you don't expect, how does it go? Expect nothing and never be disappointed. Kind of, at this point in my life, that's pretty much where I live.
Wow. Okay. Hope for the best, plan for the worst.
Oh, sure. I'm not saying I'm like I never expect anything good to happen, but I don't plan. I mean, I don't sit here and go, oh boy, I hope that happened. I'm sure it happened, and get myself all, excited for it, just so I get disappointed when it doesn't happen.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, I guess the cynical wouldn't be a far cry to the way I operate.
That's all right. I'm watching all of the AliExpress. Our blowers haven't shipped yet. They're supposed to ship in the next 3 days. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, the CPAP blowers still haven't shipped?
No.
Seriously?
Remember, they're only just now starting to let people go back to the factory.
Wow, I thought they were at least in the mail. You ordered those gotta be almost a month ago now, isn't it?
January 26th.
Yeah. I can't believe it.
But it was like right after Chinese New Year started. And then, well, yeah.
Then there was a world crisis. Okay, where did my...
Yeah, I've got a new driver board. I got one of the STR E3 driver boards of the integrated 2209s. The drop-in replacement for the Ender 3 and the Ender 5. Because my Ender over here just sings me the song of its people every time it's running a job. And I'd like to not listen to it all the time.
That's how you know it's working.
You know, now that I've got the CR10 out there that's running on 2208, it doesn't make any noise at all, except for the fans. The fans are the noisy part on the whole thing.
Yeah. Same thing in pretty much every printer.
So I keep looking at Alex's janky water-cooled hot end and thinking, I like that idea. And I like the idea of a blower that sits off the motor, that you can put at some distance removed and provide cooling.
Ah, there you are.
Fall into the desk?
No, I had like a strip with one last pin still on it, and I had trying to figure out where I had set it. The wire gauge seems to be a bit finer on this planetary stuffer.
It is.
They really save that much money by putting a smaller gauge of wire on it?
Smaller gauge stepper.
Yeah, but it's not like it would hurt to have a little one gauge up. Be easier to crimp.
Yeah, that's the point I was getting at with like the ribbon cable stuff. It tends to be very fine. NTC ring love for mystery. Yeah, I don't need to change that. There's, I know that in the Discord, when they were talking about the new aluminum crossbar.
Mm-hmm.
At least on the Mandela site.
What about it?
He had some other parts listed on his other parts listed on his site. right?
I just looked at what Poof had, Josh had listed on the change log.
Yeah, I gotta go back and look at the change log because I think I missed something.
That'd be annoying if I didn't get what I needed. I've already got my
Well,
orders in.
he calls that a different limit switch, but I don't know if the limit switch is any different.
It is. The regular limit switch won't fit in there because of a design discrepancy. Yeah,
Where does this one go? Does this go into the carriage?
yeah, it's for the x-axis if I remember right. But one moment and I'll show you.
Have you received your? Well, he's getting ready to start shipping the bars.
I've already ordered and everything, and I've got my pieces in. So basically, these are the two limit switches. Ignore the metal bar on the one. That's
Yeah, I haven't caught up yet to what you're looking at. So.
right. But anyway, they have different mounting fixtures on them.
So the other one, the smaller of the two. Okay, so how many of those new ones do we need? Just one?
I believe it's just one. I ordered a couple extra just to have, but
yeah, I've got three in my DigiKey order shopping cart.
oh, you idiot! I forgot to
pretty
put
much
this.
ordered two extras of any switch that I order.
Yeah, I do something similar. I forgot to put the shrink tubing and jacket and everything on the wire before I crimped the end on. Luckily, I hadn't put. What's that?
You could flip them through.
Yeah, I know, but it's just more difficult now that there's catchy thingies.
Ah, catchy thingies. Technical phrase, right?
Indeed.
So the 10 millimeter standoff, is that in the shopping list? I'm looking at the shopping list. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I already got my DigiKey order in. Or my that one's from McMaster-Carr, isn't it?
It's either McMaster-Carr or yeah, because it's one M3 by 10 standoff, and I'm looking at the instructions because I've got them open in front of me.
All right. All right, the color code is completely different for the little guy.
Of course it is.
Instead of black, green, red, blue, it's red, green, yellow, blue.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's where the standoff is. Because you have to add the X trigger assembly, which I can't find the part for it.
Honestly, I need to look into it better. I've been so strapped for time lately that I just looked at the parts and ordered them, and I haven't actually looked at the manual for it. Probably not very smart.
That's all right. I'm ordering as part of the order printed pulley, where the printed pulley spacers are. I'm ordering aluminum spacers instead of the printed ones. And H2B suggested that instead of a 10 millimeter diameter, like the printed ones are, get the 8 millimeter diameter because he was having belt rub on the back of the spacer. So drop the spacer size a little bit, and go from there. Although I think if the spacer is smaller, it's not going to hit the shim, right? I mean, it'll hit the shim, but there'll be a millimeter outside of it, because the shim's 10 millimeters across.
Honestly, I'm not 100% following what you were just saying.
Don't worry about it.
Concentrating on trying to get this wire on, and I kind of got lost in the weeds there.
Yeah, like I said, don't worry about it. That's not fair. Yeah.
Oh no.
He's toasty.
No, nylon sleeve apparently was a little short. Not sure how I did that.
Oh, capacitors. I need new capacitors. Since I'm placing an order, I may as well get them.
Need new what?
I got to replace capacitors in a dimmer module that I've got, because the ones I've got don't match the US. It's a sawed-off, our fan controller. Dark capacitors don't match up for the US side.
Gotcha.
It just has to do with the fan start. Although it says it's got 156, 100, 240, 50, 65 amp, but for whatever reason our motors won't start properly with these particular capacitors that are in here.
All right. So now we can finally get back to putting things together instead of taking them apart.
What? No way.
Yeah. I don't remember how it goes back
But
together anymore.
deconstructing is all the rage these days. I mean, even my cats are engaged in deconstructive art. They take cardboard boxes apart, one bite at a time. There we go. These are 3 microfarads and a 2.5. I have to replace them with a pair of 5s. Figure since I'm ordering from DigiKey, I've got to pay the shipping anyway. I may as well put enough stuff on there to make it worthwhile, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't know what else to order, so I just ordered what I needed. Oh my god, the order from DigiKey was stupidly packed. Like, it was packed like it was holding the most precious thing that ever existed in the entire world.
Pretty much.
For like the few switches that I had ordered, they had them in their own little plastic baggie, surrounded by probably an inch thick of bubble wrap all around the entire circumference. Then that was packed into this weird little paper cardboard stuff that probably filled another 2 to 4 inches all the way around the bubble wrap. Well, then that was in a cardboard box. It's like you could have dropped that thing from the International Space Station and it might have survived. But, oh well, other than, I guess, a waste of material, it got here safe, so there's that. Oh, wait a minute. I need to make sure this is centered. Oh, fine. Be that way. Apparently my water bottle wants to live on the floor.
That's a thing.
Already picked it up like 2 minutes ago. Didn't think I was shaking the desk that bad.
Oh, what kind of these are? What are these? MKPX2? That's it, just beat on it.
I barely was tapping it.
It sounds really loud from this side.
Sorry. Trying to get it to slide like 1/4 of a millimeter practically. There we go. Boy, 3 out of the 4 of these will wants to twist right into place. Oh, crap. Some days I rank among the genius.
Yeah?
I say that with all the sarcasm I can muster. Yeah, I was wondering why one of the fittings wouldn't engage, and apparently is because it was installed upside down.
Oh, well, that would explain it.
I wonder how I didn't catch that the first time around.
Well, Mauser has it. Let's see if I can find a reference, the Mauser reference.
Mauser has what?
Mauser has the capacitor I'm looking for.
Oh, right.
Or it doesn't. Never mind.
Does it need to be...
It needs a particular shape in order to fit on the board. Lead separation.
Gotcha.
Although, as long as the lead separation works, yeah.
I was going to say, you might be able to just keep the leads a little long and bend them the way you need them.
Yeah, let's see. eBay may have some here. $4 for a pair. 275 volts, 400 volts, 5 microfarad, film type, which is what I need. Could get them by June. I'm going to pass. Let's see what Digitude's got. Yeah, 3,000 in stock, so that's...
Did you already order your switches?
No, I'm still shopping.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but it's not the right. The leads on these are like right next to each other, and this sucker is like an inch wide. I mean, it's a starting capacitor, so it's not small, and it's 5 microfarads, which again, not small. Yeah, the leads are 27 millimeters apart. So I just got notice that my duet has arrived in Norfolk,
Nice.
which means it'll probably be delivered tomorrow. So yeah.
Are you planning on? I mean, what are you planning on doing with it when you get it?
Look at it, drool a little bit, put it on the shelf for the rest of the parts. I mean, Alibaba's got them, and AliExpress has got them, but I'm not
Duet?
getting anything from these guys right now.
Capacitor?
Yeah. There it is.
What is it? A starting
for
capacitor?
for a pack of 5.
What is it a starting capacitor for?
Ceiling fan. It's for a home automation piece. So it's MQTT communication to the home automation app, and then it turns fans and lights on and off.
Gotcha.
It also gives you dimmer on the light and speed control. Free shipping via e-packet for $12 for a set of 5.
No, I said I expect nothing and don't get disappointed, but I sure hope he. I said I know I said expect nothing and don't get disappointed, but I sure hope he gets it in soon in the mail.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much longer I'm going to have to do things before I'm just completely stuck. If I wasn't tearing apart stuff and putting it back together, I already would be stuck. Pardon me.
$1.60 for 2 of them.
What's that?
Oh, it's. I'm finding other suppliers for this capacitor, and for a couple of bucks, you could get the ones you need. But it's like, when is it going to ship? Who knows? It's kind of like the reason when I'm going to buy something, it's like, do I buy a whole box of them or do I just buy the one? Because if I have them and somebody needs them, I send them out, kind of thing. But the price difference is nominal. You know, you get 2 for $3, or you get 12, or you get 10 for 10. Or 12 for 10.
Yeah, well, what is the likelihood you'll find the use for the capacitors if you buy that many?
Well, I've got 3 ceiling fans in the house, and I only have one of the devices right now, and each of them has 2. So if the first one goes well, then I'll build a couple more. So I'll need at least 4 more capacitors. So there's 6 right there. But if it's a month of lead time to get them, right?
Right. Alright, I think I'll get this last stepper back in place and probably call that a night right there.
Gear-wise, I'm about ready to fall over myself right now.
I'm a little surprised my wife hasn't texted me telling me that it's bedtime.
Maybe she did.
I checked my phone just a minute ago. I didn't see anything. It wouldn't be the... It's kind of used to me kind of squirreling away down here and coming up late, but... Once in a while, she's fast asleep by the time I get upstairs.
Gotcha.
Did I make it?
Hey!
Wait, who's that?
Oh, you can hear me. Okay, great.
Welcome. How's it going?
Not too shabby. How about you?
Good.
Well, I'm just doing some reimbursements for lab stuff, so I figured I had a little bit of bandwidth to jump in.
Gotcha.
Cool.
But yeah, Brian, you can totally use those parts if you want to, the threaded spacers. But I figured, they're easy enough to print, and I mean, you might as well save yourself $5. If unless you're like enclosing it, then I don't think you really need it. Or like enclosing at higher temperatures, you don't really need to buy the metal version.
Well, I mean, I like the idea of the metallurgy.
Oh yeah, that can and should totally happen. Yeah, there is not an official plan for it, but I encourage people to take steps in that direction. And it's set up in a way that without too much work, it can be done. And
Yep.
I think the harder parts actually Wade at Mandala Roseworks is really excited to actually play around with. Like the kinematic coupling, Wade wants to do that in metal. I mean, it'll look different, but he will probably work on it a little bit, and we'll have to back and forth.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if you followed some of the discussion I had in there about some absence or some things that I thought maybe are missing, or maybe I just didn't see them regarding the metal plates, because I know they're still a work in progress.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm now scrolling back. Yeah, I was kind of gone in class for a lot of today.
Yeah, class is a thing.
Exactly
So are you
right.
teaching the class, or are you taking the class?
Say what?
Are you teaching or taking?
Taking. Next year, I think I'll probably teach one.
Okay.
Cool.
Because that's the role of grad student.
Something like that. Yeah, I know. I'm excited to have more infrastructure next year, so it'll be better that I wait for a year to teach.
Okay. Yeah, it's just I'm shopping for parts for a fan controller, ceiling fan controller, because I've got a Sonoff fan 03, and it has the wrong size capacitors for U.S. ceiling fans. The speeds won't be right. So I got to replace the capacitors on it with 5 microfarad capacitors instead of the 2.5.
Wow.
Anyway, that's what we were babbling about. But welcome.
Cool.
Good to hear from you. We were afraid you had fallen into the pit.
No, that's in like the next 3 weeks. But this week I think is a good week to prep and finish a bunch of last minute stuff before I become super busy and have to write papers. So it's things.
What are you getting super busy with?
I just have a paper to write, but it will.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I think right now I realize that it's kind of on me to start doing like more demo pieces because I want other people to like feel like the machine works or like believe that the machine works. And I think a picture of a cat in a boat is not compelling enough. And honestly, I think Kevin Marr has done a great job of really like, if Kevin were like, if it were like a whole open source project with instructions, like I would definitely like be super eager to jump in and see what he was doing, because he's got such compelling prints, and I think that's awesome.
Yes.
So that's my current task right now, which the one that I'm doing right now looks pretty good. There's still only 2 colors, but still, I think it'll be good for now.
Well, the demo piece he's got with the 2 different colors of PLA and the GPU in the middle looks really good as a demo piece.
Yeah.
And that is definitely compelling.
Yeah, I want to do a coupler, like all in one. Unfortunately, that can't actually be 3 pieces, but I gotta see if there's some geometry that does not have to be 3 pieces, that it should be 1 piece.
Hey, while you're here, last night I went to try to download and print the what do you call it? Tool posts, and I see that in the instructions in the preview, it looks like it has numbers or the serial number embedded in it. But when I downloaded it and brought it into S3D, there were no numbers.
Wow. Wait, what? Oh, maybe maybe that was like the latest version. Let me fix that. Whatever you have should probably. Let me look at what's currently up actually first before I make some bold claim.
Actually, I just, and like I said, I just did a poll, not a poll, but an update earlier this evening.
Oh no, they're there.
So maybe I'm looking in the wrong folder then? Or S3D is doing something really weird and somehow not rendering the numbers?
The pictures. Let me here. I'll send you a direct link in the live stream chat. We'll see if that works. Because it could be that you are in the wrong branch.
Well, I went to the main page, or is it supposed to be on a separate?
I'm working out a trunk. Is that the right branch?
It should be master.
I think it listed under trunk. Yeah.
So this is the file I've seen. I guess you can. Oh, I guess you can download just the STL. I thought you had to download the whole thing for some reason.
So I learned a little bit more about this. I have new information. It turns out that, stuff you might have already known about already. There's 2 encodings of STL. There's binary and ASCII.
Yep.
ASCII is like you open it up and it's text file. Binary is you open it up and it looks like gibberish, because it has to be interpreted. It's just like compressed basically. Well, it's not compressed, but it's the format is streamlined if you don't have to use characters.
Yeah.
Anyways, and it turns out that on GitHub, if you make it ASCII, it renders text and doesn't give you a download button. It renders the picture, the floaty 3D picture, but it doesn't give you a download button. It gives you a raw button. If you upload the binary, it renders the 3D picture and gives you a download button, not a raw button. So I went through everything and like fixed it so that they're all binaries, which is honestly, it doesn't matter because if you're ever going to do anything with the STL, you're never going to manipulate it at a text file, at least from what I'm expecting people to do. And if you wanted to, you could always import it to something and re-export it as a text STL.
Yep.
But yes, this version of the parking post really, really matters. If you have the one without the numbers, but it has 2 holes in the front, then you're okay.
Yeah, the 2 holes so it doesn't rotate.
Basically, the one that does not twist. Yeah, honestly, it was one of those things where like I really wish that had bitten me earlier, so I had just fixed it before releasing it, but it didn't. For some reason, like the first version that I made was like perfectly lined up, so I never saw that problem.
All right, so yeah, that seemed to work. This version has the numbers, and I downloaded it, and I didn't even bother looking for a download link because the last time I tried to,
It's painful, right?
Yeah, a little
yeah,
bit.
GitHub
Yeah,
is,
sorry about that. Not the place for this project.
So, and like I said, I guess you're still working on the metal corner posts.
Metal corner. Yes. Okay. So actually today, this morning, I got Matthew at 713 Maker to confirm that he's going to make a pair. He's going to make a set, take a picture of them, and then hopefully get that up on the website in the next like couple days.
Okay.
And
it's
then
going to
from
be all
there,
4 corners or just
Four.
motor plates?
Yeah, all 4 posts.
Awesome.
it'll be all 4, and then you will. I was going to say. Yeah, and then I think he's going to do like a run, but he's also really busy. So I think at some point, if he doesn't get it done in the next couple of weeks, it's going to be like the beginning of April when he gets it done or something like that, because he's busy. And now it kind of makes sense why he hasn't been super responsive.
You've got other
But,
jobs.
well, of course, yeah, and a lot of them are actually other 3D printers that are in like a higher level of production, and Jubilee is not one of those things because
Nope.
it's not a